Hey, hi. Today I wanted to talk about brain dumping, which we're actually going to do this in the same journal that I use for my archive journaling, which is the Hobonichi Cousin. When it comes to any journaling, even with planners, I always brain dump somewhere. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like a diary, if it's my personal journal where I'm like writing my thoughts. It doesn't matter if it's my archiving journal where I'm writing about cool nostalgic stuff that makes me happy. It doesn't matter if it's a commonplacing journal where you're supposed to be writing like someone else's like words, right, and quotes and things that stand out to you that someone else has said in their own words. It doesn't matter if it's my notebook for work where I'm jotting out ideas for work related things. I always brain dump. I brain dump everywhere. If there's paper and I have a pen, I brain dump. Basically, brain dumping is like in the name. It's just dumping whatever is on your brain. And I'm here to talk about this because I think a lot of people get stuck with not knowing what to write because they feel that whatever they're writing has to be perfect. It has to make sense. It has to be coherent. It has to have like a method, like a reasoning, you know? We're gonna break that because if you are someone who struggles to figure out what to write, or even figuring out what to draw, if you get stumped, if you get writer's block, artist block, whatever, it's probably because you are not dumping enough. I want to encourage you to start brain dumping in your journals, even the prettiest journal you have. When you see all these people on social media with like really crisp, nice writing, they write out the entirety of the notebooks and you're like, what are they writing about? Like, what could you possibly be writing about that you can like fill the entire page over and over and over again? How do they do that? I guarantee you like half of that stuff is brain dumping, which is just writing whatever the hell is in your head. I'm actually going to demonstrate what a brain dump looks like. When you write about your thoughts on something, you are actively thinking about it. So for example, I could write about this book I just read. I just finished The Institute by Stephen King. Fantastic freaking book, by the way, 10 out of 10. I have so much thoughts, so many commentary, like so many ideas and thoughts based on this book. As I write about this book, as I'm writing out my thoughts about the characters, about the plot, about the ending, I am actively thinking. That is writing your thoughts. Writing out your thoughts takes energy. It actually takes more energy than you think. This is where brain dumping differs. Brain dumping is literally just not thinking about anything. You're just writing. You put a pen in your hand and then you just go. It is definitely like a meditative type of thing where you have to just close your brain from thinking about thinking and just go with it. This is going to be hard for me because it's going to be cringe for me to read what I'm writing. So here is an example of me brain dumping.
Spy X Family. I keep hearing this is a good manga, so it's definitely on my radar. I'm not good with anime or manga. This is also one of my favorite animes, Samurai Champloo, although I don't know many animes that are newer since I only watch the old stuff on Toonami, which is still good to talk about, although I don't know how I want to set up this journal. Not sure if this is now considered a brain dump or what, LOL, but I do know that you can kind of do whatever you want. I mean, really, there's no rules with your planner. A brain dump archive sounds good to me.
I mean, it's just random. Granted, obviously, I talked about brain dumping because I knew that that is what I was going to talk about for this video. So I just started writing about it. But this is like automatic writing. Spy X Family, I want to read that. It was random. I think I was listening to a YouTuber talk about Spy X Family, and so I randomly thought about it. And I said up here, I am not a Sag, but I think I have total Sag energy, and I am really a cusp Capricorn anyway, so it still counts. Words. You can segue. It's kind of a great way for your ADHD brain. If you are very ADHD, I feel like brain dumping is fantastic. It's kind of what helps me get through the day, to be honest with you. I would say even to some degree, this is a little bit more curated of a brain dump just because it's going in my nice Hobonichi Cousin, but a lot of times I'll just write chicken scratch scribble notes on a plain notebook, like especially the ones for work, and I'll just write random stuff. Like yeah, I'm supposed to be planning out like some creative direction for our next project, but then I'll start writing about like what is the temperature that chicken needs to be cooked at for it to be like completely cooked. I don't know. I just thought about it. It's a meditative practice. It really is. It's just not really, it's like slept on. It's just the practice of flow. Just letting your mind write randomly or draw randomly and not thinking too hard about it. Now, the reason that brain dumping works is kind of similar to why therapy works while you're sitting there for an hour with your therapist. Brain dumping works because you're just getting out the blah. Getting all the blah blah blahs can help you concentrate better. When you finally get all the things you want to say out there, you feel like a weight has been lifted. But a lot of times we get brain fog, and that brain fog is weight as well. Brain fog is more like a generalized feeling, right? It's not necessarily because of stress. It's not necessarily because you're having problems in your relationships. It's not necessarily because of something negative. Sometimes we just have brain fog. It could be as simple as we didn't sleep well enough. You have been eating really heavy foods or something. It could be very simple like that. But sometimes when you have brain fog, it's hard to concentrate like at your job, and that's kind of where brain dumping can also help with brain fog. You're able to let go of these random little things in your head that don't really matter, that aren't as important as what's in front of you, like your daily job, and putting it out on paper is basically getting that weight lifted, just like you would if you're going to therapy. If you are somebody who is struggling with figuring out what to write, I would encourage you to try writing random incoherent sentences or random sentences. It may not seem pretty, but it really doesn't matter. Sometimes it's just good practice to fill up the space of your notebooks if you're somebody who has a lot of blank pages and you feel bad about it and it discourages you to keep going forward because you have all these blank pages. Just brain dump on there. I do think we get into the overconsumption cycle where we're like, oh yeah, we need like a different journal and different notebook and different blah 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 for like every separate thing. The reason this Hobonichi Cousin is so important to me right now is because I have finally figured out a notebook where I don't have to feel like I need to overconsume. This is like my catch-all. This Hobonichi, like it's not gonna get sold. It's not gonna be like in an art exhibit for people to read my writing. It is mine. It is just for my eyes. It is just for me. So for me, I can brain dump in here. I can archive in here. I can commonplace in here. That's kind of the three main points that are going into this notebook. And they're all going in this notebook because there's a page for every single day of this year. There's enough pages, you know? There's enough pages and I have enough content in my head to fill these pages. Sometimes though, I may not want to write like so much, and that's where the brain dumping can go. That is just me trying to encourage you also to not feel too pressured to get another journal for brain dumping. I'm not using a different journal. I am using the same journal I'm using for archiving and commonplacing at this point. So like this page is like all moon facts, just randomly. So this page is commonplacing, like I just random moon facts, and the one next to it is brain dumps. And then I go into archiving. Having too many choices actually backfires on me because then I feel overwhelmed. I feel like there's too many notebooks to write in, and that's kind of why I went into this system with this archiving journal with the idea that it will be everything and anything I want it to be. So highly encourage you to brain dump, to write scribbles, to write absolutely nothing at all if you are someone who struggles with brain fog or struggles to fill your notebook. But let me know what you guys think. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!